This is very interesting because now we're getting back to this concept of controlling yourself, because with my seminars, I find, and maybe you can speak to this with jiu-jitsu, I find that there's people who are chronic seminar goers, right?
Yep. I know a couple of
You know
people.
where
Exactly
I'm going with this? So
like they
it's
have like so many letters beside their name.
and it ossifies them in that there's so much information, but you haven't honed your filter. So now it's like a client's in front of you and the person's like, what do I do? It's like, squat with your arms over your head, crawl on the floor, put your arm up, do this, there's like 7,000 things. And at the end of it, I go, okay, so what's the problem and what are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's like, and then they just fall back into, I'm going to do what everyone else does, instead of actually programming for that guy.
The issue too is like whatever seminar you just did, that's like what you did for 3 months.
Yeah. In the world. Like,
it's like, no, this is the one, you know?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing, like you see that in jiu-jitsu too. It's like, oh, there's worm guard now. It's like, that's the key. And it's like, it can be the key if you like do it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times with different body types. And like, man, I remember like when we were getting ready for competitions, me and my buddy would go in his garage because it was so cold, put hoodies on and our gis over and just drill X pass. Yeah. And what pass do I hit on everybody? We just warmed up with 100 of them.
Okay, so now we're getting into this concept where, same with Brian Marug, who's one of our instructors. He's a competitive black belt out in Oregon.
Yeah.
And like he does Toriandos, but he does them like, you go into the gym, and we were talking about this before, it's people associate getting strong and training with the lifting of weights. So it's like there's an association bias where what someone does in a gym setting, and what I mean by a gym setting is where you have machines and free weights, the traditional gym setting is what people use as if that's going to translate into what you're doing.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, you can go out there and you can do, bicep curls, or you can do Olympic weightlifting because you think you're going to get powerful. And we were talking about this before, as if power is a universal quality that is bestowed upon you so that once I have power everywhere. But you don't, right? If you have power in Olympic lifting, you have power throwing something in the air and then sneaking underneath it and hoping not to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not the power that you require. But if you're using a Toriando pass as a training drill, and again, the word training gets confused because there's training jiu-jitsu, and then I'm speaking about physical body preparedness.
Okay.
If you think about your drills as a way to make your body prepared, so it's training for jiu-jitsu, but it's physical training. Now, Toriando passes for time, as hard as you can, become way more effective than your snatching.